wonder what they're doing with Toxicity, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. I know they're doing something change. Like, remember the recent update? They said something about changing. They're doing something with Toxicity or game ruining behavior. They're punishing game ruining behavior more, and you lose less LP if someone trolls your game or AFKs or something like that. They're doing things like that.
How would that work? Because that's tough, man. That's interesting.
Actually, sorry to pivot here a little bit. I know we're jumping all over the place, but this one is, I think, ties into it nicely.
Yeah.
Remember that theory we had, Nathan?
What's that?
About what they should do with high elo?
Don't get us. We talk about a lot of theories.
Well,
I gotta go into my library of theories.
I'm convinced that this is the answer.
Yeah.
Actually, a huge way of fixing this thing.
Yeah.
What they need to do.
This is for high elo.
This is for Riot.
Okay. This is directly to Riot.
Directly to Riot.
Talking
right
to the camera.
I'm talking to Mark Merrill right now. And what's the other dude's name?
Brendan Beck.
Brandon Beck. Hope you're watching this. What you need to do, you have a lot of money. I understand that. But you don't want to spend it recklessly. Right? You want to be careful with the way you spend it. That's fine. What you need to do is get a team of 10 full-time people to monitor every single high elo game. We're talking Grandmaster Plus game permanently. And you scan for toxicity. And you are incredibly liberal with how you punish people. You have I'm talking zero policy for toxicity. You may piss some people off, but it doesn't matter.
We'll eventually create a standard.
You know why this is important is because a few things. The high elo behavior from Tyler One, or even just like streamers, a lot of streamers are high elo. It's a trickle down effect. What is the standard of behavior at high elo becomes the standard in every other elo because people mimic it. That's where
the
funny.
Best players can do it, so why can't I?
Everyone says that. Or Tyler One's raging and TF players like calling this guy an idiot and saying jungle diff and raging. Why can't I? That's funny. I'm going to do that. Anyway, that's a whole different ballgame. But the reason why it doesn't matter if you piss off high elo players is because they're never going to quit. They're never going to quit.
Yeah, they can't quit, can they?
They're not going to quit. They've put too much time into the game. Yeah. Those people
will
never
adapt.
quit. I will tell you from personal experience.
Yeah, it's true.
You can even ban a Grandmaster player for a week. And as soon as that ban's unlifted, he's coming right back.
Yeah.
They're never going to quit. You have zero tolerance toxicity policy in Grandmaster Plus games, even Master Plus games potentially. You do this for 1 year. This will have an effect long term. You wouldn't even be able to put a price on it.
Is punishment the way to fix behavior though, Curtis?
Yes, I understand that. Yes, there's an element to say, it's like that's not the way to teach at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You want to reward good behavior. Or maybe you can do a combination of rewarding good behavior and simultaneously punishing bad behavior. You have some sort of system where you get extra skins or you get like RP or you get like...
I think it's got to be more than that. No one's going to care about that because you have everything. And
I just think that the fear of being toxic, that is just going to have an insane effect. I mean, I don't understand the behavior change, the psychology enough behind this. All I know is that would be insane. You do that on every server. Yes, it will cost a bit of money. You're going to have to hire, quite a few people to work full time to do this. But within the space of a month, people are going to be shit scared because no one wants to get their account banned or their rewards taken. Imagine a guy who wants to get challenger rewards and then you remove their possibility of getting challenger.
Yeah, I guess so.
They would hate that.
Yeah.
That is terrible. I mean, I would hate that, dude.
Curtis, I think that people... Like you get into such a, like, let's say like people that like, enter on even on tilt, you're in such a negative mind space. You're in self-sabotage mode. You could not care about anything. Like
you don't give a shit if you can like ruin your life.
Yeah, you ruin your life. Yeah. You'll intentionally do it.
That's true. Actually, that's a good point.
Actually, there was actually by, Healthy Gamer by Dr. K, he did this, the little webcam things that he does, like the sessions with all these LoL pros about talking about toxicity. Talking about, he spoke with like Voyboy, was it like Searches, Sanchoves, Sanchovis and Shifter. And they were explaining, so this is great. I mean, you guys definitely check out Healthy Gamer stuff. I like Dr. K's excellent stuff. I mean, that's such a excellent need in the market. to
He's a
get
very important figure.
very important figure for gamers league players, alike. But they were explaining to Dr. K about this is what like people like what inting looks like that, and Dr. K was like, this sounds like the people I work with in day to day. They int in real life. And what that might be, it's like procrastination or unhealthy habits, or like they get into self-sabotaging habits, or being an alcoholic or something like that in their day-to-day life. So it's yes, the inting in League of Legends looks different because you're technically affecting other people, but you're really affecting yourself at the end of the day. And Dr. K was just literally like, well, this is real life.
Yeah.
These people what the behavior they're doing in League of Legends is exactly the same as real life.
Yeah.
They're self-sabotaging. People self-sabotaging in real life all the time. Me and you do it. We all do it.
We do it all
Everyone
the
does
time,
it.
dude.
It's procrastination, like not doing things, not trying our best. So, Curtis, it's like
You're not even, people will actively get themselves banned because fuck it.
That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
When we were watching, it was a Breaking Bad last night, and Saul Goodman said some people are just immune to good advice.
It's true.
It's because they're in that mindset. So again, I think that punishment's not the way to go, Curtis, at all. I think that what we need, I mean, this is what part of my work and your work's a lot of.
Yeah.
And the way that I view it is I'm reforming. I hate that word, but I'm making players more responsible. My coaching clients one player at a time, more responsible for their gameplay. And I mean the people that my coach, like Toxicity, that's literally that doesn't even get into. If someone starts leaning that way, I just instantly shut them down.
Right.
But they know the way that I feel about that sort of stuff. So, but I'm doing it one player at a time. But what we need is that the best players in the game are excellent role models,
Role models. Yeah.
Role models,
You're
but
right.
but the thing about players like I'm definitely not going to say anything about Void Boy's level of skill or anything like that. But you can talk about this all you want from people with big audience influence, but unfortunately, Void Boy is not the best League of Legends player in the world. Okay,
Yeah.
If the best League of Legends player in the world, and there's a really good example, like someone like Roger Federer, he's an exceptional human being. There's like a story of him, something like that. He treats everyone the same. Like something about he didn't have something like a card or something on to him, and he could have easily been an arsehole, like, oh that's right, he didn't have his lanyard to get into something.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm Roger Federer, just let me in, like the security
Dude,
guard.
you're not even talking into your mic.
Oh,
dude.
my bad.
Yeah,
We're good now? All right.
Good now.
He oh, you just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, he was
yeah. He wouldn't, like, but the security guard was
could have
like,
been a dick about
he
it.
could have been a dick about it. So he's let me in. I don't have my lanyard, but I'm Roger Federer. But he's like, oh no, like I'll go get it for
Yeah.
you, even though he's still Roger Federer and he's like one of the most famous. You know what I mean? Like
That's awesome.
But that's because Curtis, he's like one of the greatest of all time. Until the greatest of all time players get to that sort of level, and then because then people are like, well, I want to be that. But you can't be good because to be good, you have to take full responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Like, and in any of your craft. So responsibility, you have to
Definitely.
not be too hard on yourself, but you need to accept your mistakes,
Yeah.
And I mean, I review games across all eras, even challenger players, and they're making so many mistakes. You have zero time and effort, energy to be spent on, blaming others.
Dude, I think you touched on a really important point there. Like the lack of role models, and I think you're spot on. I think that's the niche that I want us to fill.
I think we're doing. Look at your comment section, Curtis. You have the highest quality comment section of any league content creator I've seen. Even your Discord server right now.
Yeah.
Your admins are doing excellent work to get that standard going.
Yeah. Shout out to the Discord admins.
Yeah, shout out to Discord admins. Like, I mean, this is obviously the work that we find is really important, right? That's why we do what we do.
Man, I'm really trying, man. And I think you're doing really good work as well. I think you're spot on, though. I think role models, but not any role models. It can't just be a random Joe Blow who plays the game. It has to be someone who's really respected, right? A role model that you don't respect is not a role model. It's just a
people, you can still respect people for like, their level of play. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, someone like Tyler One, you can respect Tyler One.
Oh, definitely.
He plays a lot. I mean, he's like, I think he's a great streamer, great entertainer. He helps people.
It's like a comedian can be a role model.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a really smart person or an amazingly insane athlete or anything, but you can still be inspired by a comedian. Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of entertainers can be massive role models. Anyone with eyeballs at the end of the day, right? Anyone with eyeballs on them, people watching.
That's right.
They can be a role
when
model.
they're listening, you're listening to what they're saying, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're spot on there. I think role models is what we all need. And it would be so much easier for everyone if you're right, if the best players in the world were insanely great role models.
And
I think
they
Bjorksen's a good role model.
advocated it. Yeah, Bjerg, like players like
Bjergsen's spot on with a lot of things.
yeah, I mean Bjergsen's, but we need more of him.
He's one, yeah. We need more.
And but I don't know what Bjergsen's conversations are like with other solo queue players. Does he help like up and coming players and
Yeah, I
stuff like
don't
that,
know.
or is he just to himself? Like you know, on the outside, like yeah, I mean players like Bjergsen, they've grown and developed so much. I mean,
You know-
from when he was 18, right?
You know what's interesting though is it's funny. I mean, I don't really follow Bjergsen's content, right? I don't. He probably streams. He probably has a YouTube channel. I don't know. I don't watch his stuff, but I mean, he's got a very big voice.
Absolutely.
Like he's one of the most respected players in the entire world.
Yeah.
He's a role
Well,
model.
he's been around for so long, being
Right.
so well known.
He could have a insane effect on the league community if he really wanted to. If he went above and beyond to advocate certain things on his own dime.
Yeah.
What doesn't sit well with me
Mm.
is when you get like third party organizations or companies using a pro player to get across a message, you know, rather than that's the player.
The player has to get across their own message.
The player has to want it and believe in the message and do it themselves on their own time, with their own time, their own energy, in their own unique way. No one's paying us to say this shit.
No.
No company's saying, Curtis, I want you to talk about mental health. No one's going to Dr. K and
Yeah.
saying, can you talk about mental health and shit? Like, he's doing it because he genuinely knows how important it is. And I think there's something there. Like, I mean,
So you think players need to be more? But I mean, Curtis, at the end of the day,
They're players. At the
they're
end of the
players.
day,
They
yeah.
need to be
Yeah.
fully on their craft. But okay,
So
but
hard.
Curtis, again, look at someone like Michael Jordan. We watched The Last Dance, right?
Oh, yeah, for those of you who haven't watched it, you should watch The Last Dance.
Absolutely
It's-
incredible. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen, right?
I get goosebumps thinking about Michael.
all
Jordan.
he didn't really talk much, Curtis. It was all done
Action.
pure action.
Action.
And that's what I say. Like for example, the Dr. K thing, right?
Yeah.
With those streamers that came on. Sure, you can talk about it, but there's going to be no change happen because the action needs to be there. And like, yeah, sure, these players like Voivoda, they can advocate and talk about this, but again, unfortunately, their level of play isn't to a because people just say, "Well, he's just washed up. Why should I listen to Voivoda?" Right?
He's just washed up. Yeah.
But if it's like the Roger Federers, like people like Ray Lewis, Curtis,
Ray Lewis is awesome, man.
like just these incredible leaders that literally there's like a quote like some leaders you hear them, but Ray Lewis you feel them. You feel Michael Jordan.
You feel them, man.
And we just don't have those players. And do you know why we don't have those players, Curtis?
Why?
Is because league players' careers, like Ray Lewis, like Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, they spent decades at the top level, okay? Unfortunately, League of Legends players, because Bjergsen's probably one of the few. He's only been around for what, 5 years?
Because they get weirded out so
They
quick.
get weirded out so
they
quick.
have to focus on their craft because they don't want to get replaced, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
I'm not. No, I'm
Or you're saying
saying.
they need to utilize their time as a pro player?
Well, no. We just don't have enough.
Infrastructure.
No. I think we just don't have enough time. Esports simply hasn't been around long enough.
Yeah.
Because we need, let's say, for example, right now the up and coming players. Like, I mean, think about how crazy it is right now, Curtis. That like, let's say C9, like Blabber came in, like this is his rookie season, or whatever. He's 18 years old. He's one of the best already.
Yeah.
That just doesn't work in traditional sports.
Well, it doesn't happen.
But
It
you
can't
know what
happen.
would be really good, Curtis? If Blabber's around for the next 15 years, he will change a lot. He will have a lot more experience. But if he's still at the same level,
Yeah.
at 35, but then we're getting into the conversation, do you lose your reflexes, as you get
Ambition
older?
won worlds at 30.
There you go.
So it's
Okay,
possible.
I think there you go. That's perfect. So we just need more players that don't... I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to as well
It's
is...
maturity, isn't it? As well.
Yeah, maturity, but I guess people's approach to practice, you can get burnt out a lot easier. Like for example, maybe there's other players like High. High's out of the scene now in terms of pro play.
Yeah.
But why is that? Like why happens if High was around for 15 years? And High's, one of the all-time, great shot callers
Yeah, he
of the
was,
day.
yeah.
But that experience is now gone.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going deep here, and there's a lot of things we can touch on here, man. I don't even know where to start. I think we've just opened a can of worms here.
I mean, we can talk about it, but this is the way I think about it. Anyway, I think that you can't view it from punishment. It needs to come from the players. Riot cannot do anything. I don't want Riot to do anything.
I mean, I think they need to still do... Okay, regardless, I totally agree. I think role models is what's going to make the most meaningful change. But I do think there needs to be things...
Maybe
done
in the
better on
short term.
Riot's end. In the short term,
yeah.
definitely. Now, okay, let's just say, let's say Bjergsen had a similar view
Yeah.
to what we have right now.
Yeah.
What do you think he could be doing better?
Well, I think that's unrealistic because it's unrealistic. I mean, I just can't. There's just that situation. The situation just doesn't exist. I mean, because again, I don't really know much about the other TSM members, but from what I can see is the level of maturity from the rest of the players and experience, just sheer experience. Again, you know, they haven't had the 15 years to become the Ray Lewis. Bjergsen.
Put the mic next to your mouth, Numnut.
Bjergsen doesn't have. He's on his own.
Yeah, he's on a different planet.
He's
man.
on his own.
He's so different to everyone.
MVPs and the experience.
Okay,